Hey, Wildfire, Luke here. Hey, I just want to take some time and encourage you. I just want to have you remember what it was we talked about this past Sunday. Remember, we talked about Ephesians 6:1, and we talked about children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. Man, that is a powerful scripture that God really takes seriously. I mean, he takes it so seriously that he wrote it in the 10 Commandments. I mean, he put it in there along with do not kill, and thou shalt not steal, and thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet what your neighbor has, and you shouldn't create any false idols or graven images, but follow me and me alone, and all those things. And I tell you, like, God takes honoring our parents very seriously. And not just our parents, but the people that he's placed as authority figures over us. It could be our coaches or our teachers or, our fuel team leaders. Anyone who he's placed over us as an authority in our life. It's important that we honor those people because it builds character and integrity and our faith walk. And it just has amazing implications for our potential to follow Jesus and to be a witness of who he is. So I just want to encourage you, and I want to say, hey, look, I know sometimes things don't seem fair. And remember, we talked about how we sometimes want what's best for us because we think that it's what's right and what we might deserve. But take a minute, sit back, and just try to understand your parents' best for you. Try to understand God's best for you. Because typically, your parents and God, they're looking a little bit further down the road than you are. And we want the immediate gratification. We want what we want now. We want to go to that party. We want that I thing. We want rights on the internet that maybe we shouldn't have. Or we want to go see that movie or go to this party. And we're looking at the here and now, but our parents are looking down the line. God is looking down the road. And they're really looking at our journey and saying, what is best for my child in this time? Sometimes they don't get it right. Sometimes they have nothing to worry about. But even in those times, we're still called to honor our father and mother. Remember, we talked about sometimes when we step out of line or we make choices that may get in the way of realizing our parents or God's best for us. It takes some humility to return and go back to our parents and really say, Mom, Dad, or whoever it is who's taking care of us, say, I'm sorry for this or that, and you were right. And just see what their reaction is. They might be, hey, well, thank you for letting me know. I love you, and it's just my best for you. Or maybe they'll scoop you up and give you a huge hug and a kiss, or maybe they'll dismiss it. But here's the thing. In doing that, you're really pleasing God. And God's looking down on you, and he's giving you this big hug, and the angels are celebrating in heaven and saying, well done, good and faithful servant. Way to honor your father and mother. Sometimes there's just things that happen that are just out of our control. But God calls us to honor our father and mother and obey our parents in the Lord. For this is right. Ephesians 6:1. So, maybe it's not your mom or dad, or maybe it's a teacher. Sorry for this or that. You were right. Please forgive me. So, we'll be reinforcing that for the next several weeks as we continue in this series called Bridging the Gap. And I want you guys to memorize that Ephesians 6:1 verse as we continue in Bridging the Gap as a part of our series in Wildfire. I'll see you this Sunday. Hey, maybe I'll even see you at Ignite this Friday before we get in the fuel this Sunday. So I'll see you later. God bless you. I'm praying for you guys. Love you. Bye.